This is the legend of why the mockingbird has the most beautiful voice, a Mayan legend. When Kolkolchek, the mockingbird, was young and her family was very poor, she could only dress in dingy feathers. Since she was hatched, however, Kol had displayed a magnificent voice. She wanted to take singing lessons, but sadly her family could not afford them. The mockingbird was fortunate to obtain work with a rich and noble family of cardinals. That winter, a famous singer, Professor Shikau, the melodious blackbird, came to the land of the Maya. Their father cardinal immediately imagined that his daughter, Kolpolshi, could become a fine singer, but she was lazy and vain and she hated to study. But by promising her many fine gifts, the father convinced her to try and take singing lessons. When Kolpolshi went with Dr. Shikau to the quiet part of the woods and began her music course, Kol followed and hid in the bushes to listen and learned. Then she raced back to finish her chores. For weeks the professor tried to make the girl cardinal sing sweetly, but there was no success. He soon realized she neither had the voice nor the ambition. He was afraid to tell her wealthy father after such a long time, and having accepted so much money and so many gifts, so he finally flew far away and forgot about the whole affair. Meanwhile, Kol had been practicing. One morning, Kolpolshi happened to hear her and was very surprised at the little maid's ability. That same day, the father cardinal decided that his daughter should give a concert for all of their friends. The indolent girl was terrified, yet she dared not to tell her parents that she could not sing a note. She thought of the mockingbird's lovely voice and decided to ask her for help. The two birds came and asked Kalote the woodpecker to bore a hole into the tree where Kolpolshi would perch. Then the mockingbird would hide inside, while Kolpolshi pretended to be singing. The real voice would be coming from Kol within. One day of the concert, all the nobles, singers, artists, and musicians among the birds came. Kolpolshi hopped out on the limb of the purple-flowered tree chosen by her father and bowed to the audience and opened her bill. The most exquisite voice ever heard in the entire Mayan world had come pouring out and echoed through the woods. The birds in the audience flapped their wings and cried for a curtain call, and then cried for another. Kolpolshi's father, however, was not applauding. He had discovered the truth just before the concert began, when he saw Kol crawl into the little hole. When the applause ended and the cardinal finished making many bows, her father flew up beside her and asked the crowd for silence. He then hopped over to the hole and called the mockingbird to come out. The small, colorless bird was trembling with fright. Then Kolpolshi's father gently led her to the perch in front of the entire audience. He explained that his daughter had tricked everyone, including himself. It was really this shy little nightingale who sang the entire time with such beauty, he announced. The crowd went wild and demanded that Kol sing again. This time, outside and free of her fright, the mockingbird sang as never before and won every bird's heart. From that time on, all of her descendants inherited her lovely voice, but the cardinals have never really learned how to sing. And this is why the mockingbird has such a beautiful voice, and the cardinals will not learn to sing. Thank you for listening. The moral of the story is, your abilities are your abilities, and identify and pursue your dreams. Never let anyone else use you for what you have and your specific talents. They were given to you for a reason. So even though sometimes it's scary, be sure to stand up and let your talents truly shine. Again, thank you all for listening. Have a wonderful day.